Hola cafeínos, welcome back to Cafe con Leche Travels. My name is Travis.
And I'm David, and this week we wanted to talk about the difference between living in the US and Mexico.
We have spent the last 6 months living in beautiful Merida, Mexico.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And we spent the last 6 weeks traveling around the United States, getting vaccinated, and seeing family and friends.
We just wanted to share our experience and what it's felt like coming back to the States and living in Mexico. All the feelings, all the emotions, all the things that come along with that.
So let's go. Right now we're coming to you from a beautiful, leafy suburbia somewhere in America, an undisclosed location. Basically Everytown, USA.
Yes.
If Everytown, USA was incredibly wealthy.
Yeah.
So as we walk and talk, take a look at some of these amazing houses in the background, because good God.
So the first thing we feel like we noticed is being in the States. We've had this kind of feeling of just wanting to buy everything.
It's crazy. It's like as soon as we landed, and part of it was obviously we were back for 6 weeks, so we were thinking of the things that maybe we couldn't get in Mexico. But yeah, it just felt like we stepped off the plane and we're like, okay, what things can we get? Just hemorrhaging money.
Just Amazon buying for no reason, just stuff.
And we noticed too, probably it's because, when we've moved, we sold everything, but just how many things everyone has is really something.
And this kind of like thought process of keeping up with the Joneses is real. Like, it's just constant, like, I have to get the next thing because they have the next thing, and you just notice it around you.
The abundance of the United States of America is highlighted when you leave and then come back.
Yeah.
Like walking into grocery stores and malls. Obviously, Mexico has grocery stores and malls. We showed you guys. But just here, it's just nuts, and it's everywhere.
So we've appreciated living in Mexico and just kind of scaling back and taking a step back from just wanting things all the time, because part of it is we've been stuck at home, so we haven't really had a need to go get anything, but that has been really great.
The next difference we noticed between Mexico and the United States is that the food isn't as fresh here.
We might be wrong about that, but I feel
it's crazy because we were coming from California, where we considered the produce to be exceptional and super fresh and super tasty. And not that it's not, but the produce that we've had in Mexico has a noticeable taste difference.
Yeah.
The blueberries are fresher or just sweeter. The lettuce, the spinach is heartier. I mean, you guys know that we're plant-based, so we're only eating fruits and vegetables. But yeah, everything is so much tastier in Mexico.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like too, there's been more of a propensity to want to eat outside of veganism here in the States, because especially when we're with family and friends, they're like eating bread with cheese on it and pizza, and you're just like, okay, I'll just have like one taste. And then it kind of goes into a spiral of us not doing that anymore.
But we haven't.
We've stayed on the long and narrow road of being vegan.
Just trying to save the planet. If you guys know why the fruit and vegetables taste richer in Mexico, let us know in the comments. We think it might have something to do with how they're farmed, but we're pretty sure a lot of the produce comes from Mexico to the United States. So seriously, I don't understand it. But like, we've been shopping at Whole Foods and high-end grocery stores here, and it still doesn't taste as fresh. It's so crazy.
Another thing about food, and this is kind of our own personal thing, but we cannot wait to get back to Fiterade. We've talked so much about it and how great it is.
Basically every night we're like, Adolfo, we miss you.
We miss you.
And we're coming back.
A positive thing about being back in the States is that we are back in our comfort zone. So we feel a lot more familiar with things and how things work and how things go, where things are. So that has felt, that's felt good. And a lot of the people that we love are here, so we've been able to see them.
Yeah, when we were coming up with the list of differences between the States and Mexico and what we liked and didn't like, we were like, oh, maybe we're being very negative towards the States right now.
No, we love being home.
We do love being home. We mostly love seeing all the people. but it is comfortable. And one of the things about living and traveling abroad is that you're oftentimes out of your comfort zone, which for me is where I grow the most, like personally and artistically. So I like the challenge of everything being a challenge, but it has been a nice little break to be back at home base and not have to figure everything out all of the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and as most of you know, this has been my first experience living abroad. So it has been fun to just like not know things and to kind of go with the flow. As opposed to here, because I'm so familiar with everything, I don't know, I feel like there's always this kind of push to like, go, 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 do. And in Mexico, I've had a chance to just kind of like figure it out.
Another positive about being back in the States was that the vaccine was available to us. It was quick, it was easy to schedule and to receive at this stage in the pandemic and the vaccine rollout, and it was free of cost, which just looking around the world, we understand what a huge privilege it is to have been born here and to have access to that. And hope that we can roll out our vaccine to the rest of the world as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And all of the rich countries can start spreading the wealth, because we're not safe until we're all safe. We're not well until we're all well. I think, if anything, this pandemic should have taught us that.
Yeah.
But we recognize how privileged we were to be able to just like hop on a plane and come back and like get this miracle of science.
Yeah. So the last thing we kind of wanted to bring up about being back in the States is getting asked the question, but when are you done? When are you like done with this?
Which I think a lot of expats obviously get asked whenever they go home, because for so many people this is like a period of time or like a little like hiatus from like real life. But for a lot of people it is real life.
Yeah.
To live abroad for a while.
Yeah, so shout out to all you digital nomads and people that are just living that expat life. You're doing it, and that is real, and you should not feel any shame or any kind of pressure to stop doing it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's, when any time anyone does anything out of the norm, it can feel like threatening and weird to the people still kind of in the box, doing their thing. But it's always interesting to come back and hear people's opinions about what you're doing.
We keep getting asked also, but is it still safe? Are you still safe?
Is Mexico safe?
And I can say, as a black person that lives in the United States, there are many times where I don't feel safe in my own country. So
once again, we know that there are areas of Mexico that are very unsafe and that have, various problems. But again, there are also areas of America that are very unsafe.
So to answer that question, we're not done.
And we don't know when we'll be done.
Right.
Not for a while.
And that's okay.
So let us know if you've lived in Mexico, what differences you found between the States and living in Mexico. Hopefully you guys found this enlightening.
Yeah, and again, this is just our experience, so it may feel different for you if you've done this, or you might have your own thoughts and feelings about it. We just wanted to share ours.
And we are so excited to go back to Merida.
Yes.
Our next video will be from Mexico.
Which I feel like a lot of you guys are excited about that.
But we have, like we said earlier, we have a ton of travel planned for the next 6 months around the country, different cities, different experiences, which we're really looking forward to.
Just stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We make new videos every Thursday, so be sure to check us out next week to see what we're up to next. Make sure you like, subscribe, all the YouTube things.
All right, here comes our tagline.
Hasta luego.
We'll see you next time from Mexico. Ah!